Why your belly fat refuses to leave the party long after everything else went home. Here's you.
You're eating like a rabbit, lifting soup cans. You've Googled flat stomach 400 times this month, and your belly is just sitting there like it pays rent. Meanwhile, your face got skinnier, your ring spins, your calves could cut glass. But the belly? The belly ghosted the diet. If you've quietly thought about quitting this week, stay. This isn't your fault, and I can prove it. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body burns stored fat for fuel, but you don't get to pick the withdrawal location. It's like an ATM that hands you cash from a random account every time. Some of you lean out in the face first. Some of you, it's the back. You won't even notice until a photo taps you on the shoulder and goes, "Surprise!"
That's why we take photos, not just weigh.
Genetics decide the order. Some women store on the hips, some go straight to the belly, and some can eat a whole cake and it politely relocates to their glutes. We don't talk about them. We're not friends with them. Moving on. But here's the part nobody warned you about. As estrogen drops in perimenopause and menopause, your body reshuffles where it stores fat toward the belly and the reproductive organs. Your body isn't betraying you. Biologically, it's trying to protect you. Rude, but well-intentioned. Important. This shift doesn't create fat if you're not eating in a surplus. It just changes the parking spot. So no, you didn't ruin your metabolism. Your fat cells just filed a change of address form.
And here's the good news that changes everything. Whether you're pre- or post-menopause, the fix is identical, and it's boring, which is exactly why it works. As someone who's watched women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s finally win this, here's the whole thing. 1. A modest 15 to 20% calorie deficit for about 12 weeks, not a crash. A dozen calculators live online. Pick one, don't overthink it. After 12 weeks, you rise back to maintenance for a month, breathe, live, then dip back in. Cycles, not sentences. Nobody survives a diet with no parole date. And if you're 5'0" and the calculator tells you to eat like a hummingbird, you go to the lower end of the deficit, not below your basics. You're losing fat, not auditioning for a fainting scene. 2. Stay full so you don't rage quit. Body weight times 0.7. That's your minimum daily protein in grams. Then build the rest of the plate out of high fiber, low sugar volume. And I don't just mean salad. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas, chia, flax, pumpkin seeds, edamame, oats. These do double duty, fiber and protein, same forkful. This is how you stop being hungry and sad. 3. Step off the cardio hamster wheel. Hours of daily running just makes you a raccoon in a bin by 4 p.m. Long walks? Brilliant. A little interval work now and then? Great. But the magic combo is walk plus lift. Lifting won't spot reduce your belly, but it builds muscle under the fat. So when the fat leaves, there's actually something to see. Do I feel like an absolute show-off flexing at my own bathroom mirror? Deeply. Am I still going to do it? Every single day. Bonus for my 60 and 70-somethings. Lifting doesn't just shape you, it fights bone loss. That's osteopenia insurance. Quick thing before we get to the 2 nobody tells you about. And these are the good ones. If something in here has already made you go, oh, that's what's been happening, do me a favor and hit subscribe. That's genuinely the whole ask. And leave me a comment telling me which part of you went first. Face, ring finger, calves, the back you didn't know about. I read them, and it's the most useful data I get. All right, now the number 4. Sleep. And I don't mean self-care, light a candle sleep.
I mean, sleep decides where the fat gets parked. Mayo Clinic put healthy young people on 4 hours a night for 2 weeks, free access to food. At the end, they'd gained about a pound. The scale looked at them and shrugged. But the scan told a different story. 11% more visceral fat, the deep stuff, packed in around your organs. Here's how I think about it. Your body has a garage and a living room. Normally, extra fat goes in the garage, under the skin, out of the way. Annoying, but harmless. Short sleep fires the valet. Now, everything gets parked in the living room, up against the good furniture, right next to your liver. And the part that made me put the study down and stare at the wall, when they went back to sleeping properly and the extra eating stopped, the visceral fat kept climbing. Catch-up sleep didn't move the car. So you cannot outwalk a 4-hour night. You cannot out-salad it. 7 hours is not the reward you collect after the hard work. It is the hard work. It's just the only part you get to do lying down. 5. And this one's the reason you're allowed to keep going. Your mirror is measuring the wrong fat. There are 2 kinds down there. The fat you can pinch, and the fat wrapped around your organs, which you cannot pinch, cannot see, and cannot photograph. Researchers pooled 89 studies, diets, exercise, medications, surgery, and the pattern never broke. Percentage-wise, the deep fat always leaves faster than the fat on top. Always. So picture your body as a house you're renovating. You keep standing in the kitchen, furious, because the paint looks exactly the same as it did 3 weeks ago. Meanwhile, the electrician has quietly rewired the entire building. Nothing you can see. Everything that matters. And here's the twist that should retire crash diets permanently. That deep fat advantage is biggest when the weight loss is modest. Push harder, and the advantage shrinks. Crash diets get a head start for about 4 weeks, and by week 12, it's gone entirely. They sprinted off the line and tripped over their own shoelaces. Which means your boring 15% deficit isn't the polite version of the aggressive one. For the fat that's actually dangerous, it's the better one. So put the scale down, get a tape measure. When your waist starts dropping faster than the number on the scale, that's not nothing. That's the wiring. And the biggest lie you keep paying for? 1,000 crunches will not melt belly fat. Ab work builds the muscle. The deficit reveals it. You can't target fat off your stomach any more than you can decide which corner of the pool drains first. If a guru sells you belly blasting anything, run. Preferably as a nice walk. So, all together, modest deficit, 12 weeks, cycle your breaks, protein times 0.7, fiber on every plate, walk, lift, sleep. Measure your waist, not the scale. Repeat. Boring on purpose. Undefeated in results.
Your belly leaves the party last. That doesn't mean it's not leaving. It means you get to be the one still standing when it finally grabs its coat. Keep doing the boring things long enough, and your body catches up. Every single time. So save this one. Not to be nice, save it because in about 3 weeks you're going to have a bad morning in front of a mirror, and you're going to need somebody to tell you the electrician's already working. That's this. Play it back. And tell me in the comments where you're starting from. Week 1, week 6, or week I've quit 4 times and I'm here anyway. All 3 are welcome, the last one especially. Now, one loose end. I told you estrogen decides where the fat gets stored. What I didn't tell you is that estrogen doesn't get the final say. Your gut bacteria do. There's a colony down there that decides whether the estrogen your body sends out gets flushed for good or unlocked and sent straight back into circulation. It has a name. It's called the estrobolome, and almost nobody's told you it exists. That's the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.